Hey, welcome back to the shop, everyone. The world has fallen on dark days due to the beer bug, and yeah, things are looking grim. There's hope, lots of hope, but we're in a tight spot. So you recognize this maybe from my previous video. It's a PAPR, personal air-powered respirator. It uses a CPAP, Arduino, some batteries, and then these, what would typically go into like a gas mask on the side, go in here. And I've been using it in my shop, woodworking shop. Some people have expressed interest in making this to help people during this pandemic, which I think is spectacular. I'm all for it. I just don't think this is ideal. It's too complicated. It takes too long to print. If it was a one-off and you had all of this equipment, like the motor, the Arduino, the batteries, and the charger for the batteries, and then there's the life cycle, right? Because this maybe will blow for a couple hours. Maybe you need it for longer, and then what? So I've scrapped this idea completely. What I came up with was this. So this is your typical snorkeling mask. I removed the valve assembly up top here. It has a cross section that looks roughly like this. This is where the breathing air goes in. So I made this adapter here. I have these filter cartridges left over from my other experiment, and it has a, I don't know if you can see that, but essentially it has these tabs, 180 degrees rotated apart, so these slide in like so, and then the whole assembly slides over like that. And then a little bit of silicone here just to make sure. Now if these were N95 or N99, then I'm sure they would provide a lot of protection. The check valve would still work here, so air, when you breathe, air will come out of here. When you breathe in, there's a little disc in here that closes, and air is drawn through here, down, and into this rough face mask area. So as a cheap way of doing it, I mean, these cartridges are pretty cheap, and heck, you may have one of these lying around, potentially. So I'll put this on Thingiverse, but will that work for everyone who has one of these? Probably not. I'd have a hard time believing that the manufacturers of these masks would have kept the same cross section throughout the years. You might get lucky in that this is the model I have. They may have kept it, who knows. May have been cheaper to keep reusing the molds for these instead of updating them. But what I'd like to do is just show you roughly what this is, the idea, the concept behind it, and then you can work with a local modeler or 3D printer to make this based on the availability of this and this potentially in your area. So essentially what I did was I took a picture of this just like this, as centered as I could be with the camera, picture. Then I took a pair of calipers and measured from here to here with them. Got that measurement, and then I imported this into my CAD program into the 2D sketch area. Drew a line from here to here, got the distance that it imported as, and then just did math, right? So if this needed to be 1.5 inches and it was 1 inch, you would do the 1.5 divided by 1 inch, and that's your scale factor. And then you would scale up your picture to be that scale, double check it's correct. Then you just kind of go around with arcs, lines, and splines, zoom in, you know, and draw it out, and that's that. And then you offset for the thickness that you want, extrude, and there you go. Now you have it. It's as easy as that. So yeah, I'll upload a couple variants of this. One where it'll be just this cross section and none of this. One where it'll be this plus a couple different sizes of this, and it'll just be a solid piece, and this will be hollow up to this point. Reason being is you may have a threaded version, you may have something that requires a different type of mechanism to lock it in place, and it'll let you modify the step file to incorporate whatever threads you may have. And I think that's the best I can do at the moment. Hopefully this helps people out there. Don't be hoarding, use your head, and be good to those around you, alright? I'll see you on the other side of this thing. Alright, thanks for watching.